The complex can be translated by an infinitive or a noun. So the dollar began its climbing up again. It was Shedrick's singing that made it well known in Poland and now in France. So Shedrick's singing. So it doesn't mean that Shedrick was singing, but it means that somebody was singing Shedrick. Okay, Spiv Shedrika. Here we've got a noun. If we find this complex in the function of object, we can translate it with the help of the objective subordinate clause. Object is usually something, it's also called supplement. Yes, I didn't like his hearing such stupid things. I didn't like what? He's hearing such stupid things. We need to have the same in Ukrainian. Що? Мені не подобалось, що він слухає такі нерозумні розмови. And here we've got objective subordinate clause to replace the gerund complex. Tom and Daisy were afraid of my finding out the truth. Here it's underlined correctly. Том і Дейзі боялися, щоб я не вивідав правди. Afraid of what? Боялися чого? Okay. If we find the predicative complex in the function of the attribute, yes, what kind of is the question to it, then of course we use another type of subordinate clause, adverbial participle. Sometimes you'll find in grammar books the прислівник, like transliterated into English, because in English there is no such a thing as die прислівник, but I think that adverbial participle is a good translation of this term. And so die прислівник, it is a rare thing for the gerundial complex, and actually you won't find this kind of translation for the gerund itself, because I remind you that gerund is the combination of a noun and the verb, and the verbal participle is something from something different, which characterizes more participles. So on my being settled at Dr. Strong's, I wrote to her again. So my being settled, I translated as поселившись у лікаря Стронга, я знову написав їй листа. So it's just one of the ways to translate it. Adverbial word group. What is word group? So it's a word combination. Several words combined together with one head word. So, and they're usually called by the head word. If it is adverbial, it means that the head word is adverb. Dusk dropped down without his noticing. It means that he didn't notice. Why stress it? Because if we get confused and miss that it is the gerundial complex, then we don't understand who didn't notice that the dusk dropped down. So сутінки впали непомітно для нього. Непомітно для нього is the adverbial word group. Непомітно is the head word. Для нього is the dependent part. So the whole thing is a adverbial word group. Sum up, we've got several ways of translating gerund. It is by the infinitive. It is the most widely used. By a finite form of the verb, usually either in simple or complex sentences. It depends on the whole structure. By a noun. Actually, it goes together with the infinitive by frequency of the use. By subordinate clause, it's quite rare for a single gerund, but very often for gerundial complex. Speaking about the gerundial complex, I remind you that it consists of two parts, nominative part and gerund. And nominative part, by rules, should be in possessive case, but by use and actual situation, we don't find it in possessive case. Usually they are nominative case for nouns and objective case for pronouns. So the ways of translating it is by noun word group or subordinate clause. Frequent used way of translating these complexes into Ukrainian are with the help of clauses.